I've been told the Shorty AKs is both the best budget gun and the best in slot 545 gun, which got me pretty confused. In all my days playing Tarkov, the best meta option is never the same platform as the best budget option. So I fired up the hidden stats chart, and what do I see? The 3 Shorty AKs look the same, but they aren't built the same. Going from best to worst. The AK-UB is the best with 14 dispersion. Next there's the AK-UN with 16 dispersion, and finally the AK-U with 19 dispersion. And the prices reflects this. The worst option, the AK-U, can be had for around 20 to 25k. The AK-UN can be bought for around 25 to 30k. And finally the AK-UB. It's a massive jump, coming in at about 70k from Prapor, but you can get an 18k ruble refund after selling the suppressor, making your base cost for this weapon 52k rubles. So does the dispersion stat make a difference between the 3? I would say yes. Let's use this build for a recoil test. It's about 60k in parts, rounding up, not including optic and laser. Shooting 545 BT out of our guns. We can see a noticeable difference in grouping, and clearly the lower the dispersion, the less RNG there is in our spray. We're only shooting 545 BT, which has a +3 recoil debuff on the round. If we shoot hotter rounds like BS or Ignogliac with a respective 10 and 15 addition to recoil, we'll see this grouping difference scale up. Let's go with BS because the Golnik is deemed as a worse round due to its low damage, higher recoil, and craft only. See the difference in groupings now? The UB is much more consistent. When compared to the big boy AKs, the UB actually has better hidden stats and better visible stats, making it the actual best in slot 545 weapon. But with all best in slot guns, it doesn't come cheap. And at this cost, if you have traders leveled up, then you're competing with M4s and mutants. The mutant can shoot rounds that do more damage than 545, and the M4 shoots somewhat equivalent rounds but at a much higher RPM. If you don't have your traders leveled up, an AK-101 or 102 can shoot 556 with similar recoil at a much lower price. The UB does have one big advantage though, magazine size. 60 rounders for 545 are a lot cheaper than high cap M4s and mutant options, and the 556 AKs are stuck with 30 rounders. Alright, enough with meta, moving on to budget builds. When comparing the 20k AKU with the 30k AKUN, I would just pay the extra 10k for better dispersion. Let's take a look at our build. I'm going to go through the thought process of this build. This isn't something I usually do. I normally just toss you the build and call it a day. Let me know in the comments if this is a thing I should continue to do. Okay, looking at the baby AK, it has good enough ergo, so we won't need a pistol grip upgrade. Butt pad is mandatory because it gives the same recoil reduction as the Zenit PT-1, and we don't care about ergo. For the handguard, the best in slot costs just as much as the gun, so let's not go with that. We'll go with the B11 because the Goliath doesn't allow any tips that isn't default or a crappy suppressor. Slap any -2 recoil grip on it. Now onto the tip. Besides the 120k waffle maker combo, the suppressors don't reduce as much as the tips, so you should pick the best muzzle brake you can acquire for around 10 to 15k. I'll rank them on screen. The price to performance of this build is very hard to beat. Depending on how much you get the gun for, it comes in at around 60 to 70k rubles pre-optic and laser. It can sling cheap rounds that are effective against class 4, and medium price rounds that can go clean through class 4. With the buffs to 545 BT, there's no better caliber that can both full auto and pen class 4. So if we want to find a comparable weapon, that only leaves us with other 545 options, specifically the longer AKs. A build like this is around the same price, and on paper it's inferior to the AKUN in ergo, recoil, and hidden stats. But there's one reason I always recommend the big AK platform over the baby AK to newer players, the FOV. This is something I've been paying attention to only recently. How large the optic is when aiming down sights makes a huge difference in how a weapon feels. And getting used to how every weapon platform feels is difficult for newer players. The baby AKs have the optic really close up, or really far down, while the bigger AKs have a similar optic FOV as more meta weapons, like M4's mutants and 7.62x51 rifles. Almost every meta weapon have a similar FOV besides the 2 scars. So getting used to the bigger AKs can give you more comfort when picking up or upgrading to a more meta platform. This is all comfort though. Objectively, stats wise, the baby AKs no matter what build will be the superior platform, but you'll have to choose the correct one for the respective tier, so UB for meta and UN for budget. Subjectively, you can like the longer 545 variants if you enjoy how they feel and shoot. Whichever one you decide to run is up to your preference. I hope this helped. Like the video if it did, feel free to leave a comment or sub with bell. I stream sometimes, my socials are here and down below. Thanks for watching. Hello, hello, hello? How should we do this? How should we do this?
How about this? I tell some funny dad jokes. We can drop some of the loot. And we part our ways. Clean. No one dies. I can't drink milk.
There's 3 of you though. I'm kind of scared.
No, you're gonna slaughter all of us. No. So,
I don't know, man.
Why was the bee's hair sticky?
Think about it this way. If we fight, you can have my gun if I die.
No, you're gonna win, big dog.
I don't think so.
I got a Zenico B30 rail. I got a TAC 30 Burriscope.
I feel like you're gonna shoot me when I pick it up though. You wanna just fight? Cause I feel like someone's about to come up behind me.
Yeah, I was saying, I could drop some cool stuff on the floor, leave you a couple goodies. Yeah, the funny Adidas store right there. Oh no, he's pre-medic. No.
Yo, eat yours. We gotta fight. Or I'm gonna get sandwich. You gotta eat your pill too. Well, these guys in Kiva are trying to negotiate. I'm talking to 3 of them right now. Okay, you ready?
Just about. Hold on.
Alright, I'm waiting.
See what we got.
Ready?
Just fight. Do things.
Yo, there's a guy from above. We can't fight. I'm gonna try to get an angle because they're gonna be fighting the TIMMIES. Okay, I got one. No. I hope the TIMMIES win. I hope the TIMMIES get the last guy.